Hi. At last. Yes. Guys, I've been struggling to do this video. So I'm so excited. At last, we are talking. Okay, good afternoon, good people. This is Tinyiko Motileni, your leadership specialist for women who are leading in the male dominated industries. I'm coming to you live from South Africa, guys. So thank you so much. Thank you so much. I managed to get through to YouTube and do this video. Today we are talking about the leaders' misconducts. So we as leaders think that we don't do misconduct towards each other, in the meetings. So I was very much disgruntled by the way my first meeting as a female leader went, 22 years ago, So I thought, I don't want another female, really. I don't want another female to go through the same thing that I went through. So I'm bringing upon awareness that if you are a leader, please stop with the misconduct in the meetings, because it is making other new entrants inadequate. You make them feel inadequate. You make them feel like they don't belong. They are useless. That's how I felt. So let me just open my notes so that I don't forget anything. All right, so that is what we're going to talk about, the first misconduct. So guys, you are going to uh, um, hear about this misconduct of during the meetings in the next maybe maximum 7 days. So we are going to talk about them for the whole 7 videos, so that we make sure that the young ones that are coming through, they don't get to feel inadequate with this kind of things. All right, so today we are going to talk about my first meeting, how it went, and how did that first the situation, how did I grow from the situation. Okay, so it was 22 years back, when I started leading in the male dominated industries, and the big boss of the company had to introduce me, to the other co-workers and bosses. So we went to the boardroom. There was so much tension, guys. You could cut it with a knife. There was so much tension, and I think it was because I was the first female leader that would lead in that company, in that male dominated company. So both black and white, they were not receptive of my presence there. So it was a problem, Shem, for them. It was a big thing for them to see a female who is going to lead production. So it was a challenge for them. But anyway, the big boss had to introduce me and then say my name, Tinyiko Motileni, blah, 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 all those things. She's coming to lead production there, things, all those kind of things. Then seconds, really, like seconds after the big boss has said that, I think he was distracted by a phone or something. And then people like start talking to each other, like like I was like, what must I do when things like this? They started talking to each other in a different language. In our in South Africa, it's Afrikaans, so it's another language, the white people's language. Most of them, they speak Afrikaans. So they started talking in Afrikaans, to each other, and I was there. Can you imagine how I felt? I was there, a sweet 22-year-old. You know what? She doesn't know anything. She just sitting there, not knowing who to talk to. That's another thing. I didn't know who to talk to, what to say. I just sat there and waited for the big boss. And unfortunately, the big boss didn't come back. He didn't come back, until You know what? One of them probably felt bad, I don't know, or felt sorry for me. And then he was like, "Welcome, Tinyiko. It's fine. You're going to be okay." Things like that. Comforting words, I can say that. Comforting words like those, so after that I had to go out of the meeting because I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to say. So I just went to my office and cry my heart out. Ask myself, am I ready to be here? Am I a good fit for this company? Do I have capabilities to be in this company? So those are the words that I had to ask myself, as a new entrant, a leadership new entrant. I had to ask myself those kind of things. I had to question myself if I'm good enough for the company, So it's very much important. I'm bringing in this awareness, guys, because when you do these things as leaders to the new entrants, they really feel out of place. They really feel inadequate. They really feel useless. They really feel like they are not in the right space. So do not do that to the new entrants, please. I beg you. These people, when a new person joins the company, especially young and vibrant, when she goes to a leadership position, she needs to be taken care of, because especially if you are a female in the male dominated industries, you must know if you are black is worse. You're going to deal with um, white superiors, black subordinates, engineering co-workers. You're going to deal with a lot. I'm telling you, what I'm talking about is not like I've read it in the book. No, it's my experience. Okay, so what I'm talking to you now, it's my experience, and I didn't read it somewhere else. It's what happened to me. Okay, so it's very important. When I joined the male dominated industries, as I grow into my position and become confident and become the best leader, I started pulling in women into my space. When we hire, when there's a position, I would check that position. If it is suitable, then I would bring in women in my position, and I would be so protective of women because of what happened to me in the past. So it's so important that you do not do that to the new entrants in the meeting. Make them welcomed, make them feel at home so that they can do their job, they can excel, they can do better in what they are doing. Okay. So guys, before I carry on with what had came out of that situation, please like the video, please subscribe on my video. I want to get to 1,000 subscribers. Please help me with that. So what came out of that meeting was very good for me, though I was very disgruntled, but it was very good for me because first, I had to gauge the mood of my co-workers and my bosses. So I knew what am I going to deal with just from the start. Day one, I knew exactly whom am I going to deal with and how. So it was a good thing because then I didn't have to take 6 months to know a person. So I had to know them there and there, that okay, these people are not the people that I'm gonna work easy with them, So I knew that, and that was good for me. As much as it was very sad and it was very hurtful, it was good for me to understand that point. The second thing is that my real leadership started there. Bad situations, they train you to have a thick skin, eh? So my real leadership started there. There and there, I knew I was a leader and I had to lead. I had to make sure that I stay in that position. So it was good for me because then it dawned in my head that, you know what, you are not going to get it easy here. And the third thing is that I had to focus, my focus muscle had to come through for me, It has to come through for me because I knew I was supposed to focus while I'm dealing with all these behaviors, attitudes, So I knew that I needed to focus. And the fourth thing is that the lioness in me came out very quickly. you know so it came out very early in the leadership experience, the leadership career. It came out, and then I was like, okay, if I keep quiet here, you know what, things are not gonna happen for me. Okay, so I started talking, I started being assertive, I started telling them that I don't understand and I don't hear you, and I didn't even hear anything. Even though I did Afrikaans at school, but I couldn't hear everything, I mean, understand everything or speak fluently. So it was only fair that we all speak English, which was the language that everybody understood. So the lioness in me had to come out, and then I had to tell them. They would talk in Afrikaans, they would run the meeting in Afrikaans, and then they will ask me later, did you hear? I said, no, nothing. Then I kept quiet. Then they will start explaining in English again. Eventually, they got tired. They got tired of explaining in English and Afrikaans. They just got tired, and they conducted the meetings in English, which was what was supposed to happen in the first place. So I had to go to a meeting with a dictionary, English Afrikaans dictionary. No, it was not good. It was not okay, at all. So I had to make sure that I stop all this language thing that was happening in the meeting. And of course, I call it a misconduct because leaders doesn't think that they are doing wrong to the new entrants, the new leadership entrants when they do such things. They don't know. They just think because they are leaders, they can do whatever they want, of which is wrong. Is very wrong. Okay. So please, I am asking you, do not do something wrong to the new leadership entrant because you are making her feel like she doesn't belong in that place. You're really making her feel like she doesn't belong in the place, and she will start doubting herself. So let me know in the comment section, what do you think about this misconduct of talking I don't want to say foreign language, talking another language other than English in the meeting where everybody else understands. What do you think about this misconduct? Just talk to me um, on the comments, and please like the video and subscribe. I will definitely see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye bye.